Hello everyone. If you've come to us from TikTok, this setup probably looks familiar, except a couple of changes. The biggest being the yellow chair is gone. So this is what our podcasts will look like each week. So, without further ado, welcome to the Ginger and Spice podcast. That was so cheesy.
That was so cheesy.
Oh,
I
no.
even done the fingers.
Jazz hands. If you're from TikTok, you will know that we cover spicy books. The spicy books.
The chili peppers.
The chili peppers.
The chili.
More jazz hands.
More jazz hands.
We had lots of requests for this actually, so we decided that we would do a podcast where we could talk about our books for a little bit longer. Not too long. These episodes are probably going to be about 30 minutes long each. Yeah. There's going to be 2 episodes a week. One episode on a Tuesday is going to cover Zodiac Academy. That's going to cover the whole world. The prequel, the sequel, the novellas, everything. We're going to go through it all. We're not going to deep dive. It'll be 1 book a week and then, any of the novellas that is kind of around that. And it'll just be the same kind of setup as on TikTok. So review, ratings of stars and chili peppers, and then just having a chit chat of the book. We're just having a laugh, and of course we will talk about the spice.
Oh, we will. A lot.
Yep.
We're here for the spice.
So do you want to give a rundown of what we'll go over on the other episode a week?
Absolutely, I do. So, on a Friday, we will be doing a weekly wrap-up. So, we will be going through all of the books that we have read that week. So, usually it's probably going to be around 4 to 5. So, we'll do 15 minutes, which will be 3 or 4 of the books. And then we'll do 15 minutes on our favourite book of the week.
Yeah.
Which will also include our stars and chili peppers.
Chili peppers. For the Zodiac Academy episodes on Tuesdays, once we have finished Zodiac Academy, we're going to use those Tuesday episodes to cover other longer term commitment series. So Throne of Glass, Crescent City,
absolutely.
Those kind of things. The Book of Azrael, the Plated Prisoner series probably. A lot of fantasy series so far, but if there's any other ones that come up, we'll chuck them in there.
Yeah. All right, so now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about us.
Our favourite topic.
I love talking about me. Should we start with what made us want to do social media in the first place?
Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, me and Tia are colleagues, not just in this situation, but in a corporate environment as well. And that is how we met. We both actually work in the same department as well, so we're basically together all the time. So I came into work one day and I just finished Exodus by Kate Stewart. And I was in all black. And I'm not joking when I say this. I was in actual mourning. If you've read that book, you will know. It was intense.
I mean, you were in mourning for a week.
Yeah.
Like, he was in black for a week. And then I was like, well, I need to jump on this shit.
Yeah.
Because I also like wearing black and I wanted to know what was going on.
Yeah, you want in on but you get like major FOMO.
I get FOMO bad.
Yeah, for like anything. You were like, oh my God, why are you crying and miserable? I want in.
I want some of that. I want a piece of that cake. Yeah.
So Tia then read the Ravenhood series. She read Exodus. Then Tia was in mourning for a week.
Yeah.
And that is basically how our journey started. You then got into reading kind of properly after that. So this is last year, I would say, for context. So maybe about a year ago. Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Imagine you started reading a year ago and now you're doing a podcast.
I know, this is mental.
That's crazy talk, isn't it? So I've been reading for a really long time. I read as a kid. My mum's always read as well, so that was kind of put onto me. I picked that habit up when I was younger, and I used to love like The Hobbit. I loved Stephen King, Rose Madder specifically, but I loved horrors. I still like horrors now. Anything that's like really dark and weird and eerie, I do like that. Fell off reading, I would say, as I got to be an older teenager. I was going out, was partying, things like that, and it took a back seat really. I probably started reading again in my late 20s, but it was like off and on, like just a handful of books a year. And then I fell into Blake Crouch Dark Matter, and I fucking loved that. But that was so good, that book. Oh my God. It was weird. And it's very sci-fi. If you've read any Blake Crouch, you'll know it's not spicy, but I do love that kind of shit. And it kind of spiraled from there, really. Then I read Fourth Wing. And I know this is a cliche on Book Talk, like Fourth Wing and ACOTAR got a lot of people back into reading. But Fourth Wing is what sent me down a spiral. Yeah. I was then reading books back to back. I couldn't get enough. And then after that, that is what led to the bookshelf that you can see in the background, because I started accumulating books at a rapid rate. And then obviously you started reading.
I started reading last year, and then that it just spiraled out of control.
It really did for both of us.
And it got to, like, I was kind of reading, like, maybe one book a week.
Yeah.
And now, for some reason, we're on 20 a month. I just enjoy, like, spicy books.
You do.
I just love it. And I
Yeah.
like all the little different tropes, and it's just nice to talk about.
It's fun as well, though, isn't it?
time.
Like, if you just take it for what it is, like, it's just a story, it's just a book, like, and it's a good time.
It is a great time.
We love it. We just love having a laugh with it. Like, at the end of the day, it's really not that deep. It was actually Tia that suggested we start TikTok. I think I made a joke about it, or why don't we start a TikTok or something like that as a joke, and then Tia was like,
I took it very seriously.
Why don't we?
And went away and made notes. And then I came to you and I said, let's do it.
and now here we are.
Yeah.
It really has spiraled out of control.
So, like, for context, we started social media in October last year. It was just amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
it was.
Just all the friends that we've made on social media. Everyone's great. Like, we all have a great time.
It's been so much
It's
fun.
such a good community. Everyone just supports everyone, and it's nice.
We were talking about this yesterday, actually. I think we were in the car on the way back from an event, and I had said to you that I feel like since we started this, my life has like significantly improved.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know if it's just the aspect of not taking things too seriously and remembering to have a laugh and fun in life. Because I think like with corporate jobs, if you've got kids, everything just feels like such a struggle at the minute in like general life that sometimes you can get really bogged down by all of that, and just remembering to like have a laugh and not take anything too seriously. It just shows the power of like laughing and joking and having fun.
Yeah.
It can change your mood, not just for the day, but like long term, significantly.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into really quickly, we're going to run through our like favorite genres, favorite tropes, etc., just as a way to kind of get to know us, really.
Yeah, let's go. Favourite genre? Hit me.
Romantasy.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that coming a mile off.
Yeah. I reckon yours is cowboy.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
I love them. I'm literally addicted to these cowboy romances.
Yeah.
I don't know when that's going to change. I don't actually think it will. Secondary, I would say like maybe dark romance as well. I do love dark romance. Hey, favourite trope?
I think our favourite trope's going to be the same.
It probably is. I mean,
So-
we talk about it a lot.
My favourite trope, I think, until probably recently, used to just be like the basic enemies to lovers, but it's definitely changed now. Should we say it after 3?
Yeah, right.
So I'll count us in. 3, 2, 1. Why choose?
Well, I will happily, rapidly go through every single Why Choose book that ever exists.
Oh, I agree. We did.
Oh.
So on our socials, we do themed weeks, which we probably should have mentioned before. So during that theme, whether it's dark romance, cowboy, why choose, 95% of our content will be around that theme. And recently we did Why Choose Week, and we ended up extending it until it was about nearly 2 weeks long,
Yeah.
I think, which we've only ever done before for Akatar. And Why Choose, covering 2 weeks, we actually got to the end and we were like, we could have
I
extended
could
that
easily
easy.
have done more. Like, I could have done a month of Why Choose. Okay, next one. We're going to do favourite book.
Let's just say our top 3 books ever,
Yeah.
in no particular order. So, shall I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, Exodus, which is book 2 in the Ravenhood series by Kate Stewart, and third one. That's tough. That's really, really tough. So it would be between Hills of Shivers and Shadows and the Inheritance Games. Now, the Inheritance Games isn't actually spicy.
You were wanging on about that for a long time.
I think I'm going to go Inheritance Games, I reckon, just because I loved it so much.
That's fair.
So, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, Exodus by Kate Stewart, and Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes.
Nice. Okay, mine are, in no particular order, Credence by Penny D. I'm going to go for Hills of Shivers and Shadows by Pam Godwin. And Darling Wildfire by Devon Rivers. Because, oh my God.
All 3 of those books are solid choices. Darling Wildfire was amazing.
It
We're going
really
to talk
was.
about Darling Wildfire a bit more in depth on the Friday podcast because it deserves all of the time.
All 15 minutes.
Yeah. All right. We're going to wrap this up. But to summarise, Tuesdays there's going to be Zodiac Academy episodes, and on Fridays there will be a weekly wrap-up, and that will cover all of the books that we read that previous week. We're going to do 15 minutes on most of the books, and then we'll do another 15 minutes-ish on one specific book that we enjoyed the most out of that week. We'll be talking about stars, chili peppers, the spice, and everything else in between. This is not a deep dive podcast. This is just us chatting shit.
Absolutely talking bollocks.
Sometimes we may have a coffee and sometimes we might have a wine. Depends on the time of day.
Yes, it is early, so it's coffee today.
All right, I think that's it.
Cheers!
Cheers!